You're listening to No Limits Radio Show on the Vets on Media Network.
Welcome back. All right. Up next, we've got a darn good deal. We've got with us in studio Scott Webster. He's with Elite Network Services. And Scott, I got to tell you, one of the things that I'm really excited to share with our listeners is you're not just an advertiser with darn good deals. You are someone that I can tell people 100% the know, like, and trust. I know you, I like you, and I trust you. And you actually helped my mom get her computers taken care of. So guys, I'm not just telling you, I support this business because he's a veteran, because I know, like, trust him. I mean, I truly do trust you. And my mom is one of the pickiest consumers out there. So to make her happy, that says a lot.
Thank you.
Actually, I bet Michelle might.
Are you gonna send him my way so I can tell you that because you think I'm the pickiest one?
Yeah. Once that came out, I realized she might be the pickiest one. So you've got a darn good deal.
Yes.
Okay, you've got an exclusive deal that consumers cannot find anywhere else but right here on Darn Good Deals.
Correct.
Tell them what it is.
Well, it's called, we call it ENS 24/7 monitoring package. The package includes a monitoring service that monitors your computer and its behavior, so that way if something goes wrong with your computer, it can alert us. Also, it comes with antivirus protection, which one of the great things is it's monitored. So a lot of people forget about their antivirus protection and let it expire, or that it's not running scans. So we can monitor it, make sure it stays up to date, scanning, and it never expires. So as long as you have the service, it never expires. The third thing is our neat addition is the web security. It comes with 3 little add-ons with it: web protection, web filtering, and web bandwidth. And all 3 of those combined not only protects your computer from the internet, but it protects protects the internet from you, meaning whether you have children that are going on your computer or it's in a business environment, it scans every website you go to. It's looking for that third-party malware, spyware that's hiding behind that website, or maybe attached to an ad or a link or whatever that you click on. It'll find it and block it. The next one is the web filtering. This one pretty much protects you from any bad, or what they call the blacklist of websites, anything that's considered harmful or bad to you. If you go to click on one of those websites, especially a child, and they go to type in something or do a search for something and they want to click on a link and it's considered bad, it'll pop up and tell you you're not allowed to go to this website. So it protects you from those bad websites, which in turn stops some of the malware and spyware and stuff getting onto your computer. The third one is the bandwidth, and the bandwidth is very important because if your computer's constantly going out to the internet and the bandwidth is really high, that means there's something wrong with it. There's something going on in the background. So it's a big sign that you have spyware or malware or something. So that all packaged together, and then we also allow to add to the security, and thinking in that process is also giving you some data storage, so you can back up your personal files or maybe some business files or pictures or music, making sure you don't lose your data. So altogether, the initial package is going to be $6 a month. If you pay for a whole year, you'll get a free month. The setup costs we reduced to $40 instead of the normal $60. And then we're giving you 50 gigs of online secure data storage for $45, which we normally charge $79. And that's per year for the data storage. So
the setup is $40 a month, or $40 just to set it up. Mm-hmm. And then what is it normally?
And normally I charge $60 to set it up.
Okay, and $6 a month, and is that the regular price?
No, the regular price we're going probably will be in the $12 range.
Oh, wow, so that's a 50% savings a month.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this, because you do this not only for residential but also for businesses, is that right?
Correct. This is a great product for both residential and business.
For both.
And what I stress is because a lot of people don't have firewalls or proper routers or proper equipment in place in their business or at home, and you can't really rely on your internet provider to protect you from everything out here. So this gives you that extra layer, not only at home but in your business.
So let me ask you this: is the price that you're quoting per household, per business, or per computer?
Per
Because
computer.
per computer.
Yes.
Okay, so if I have a business and I have 10 employees and we all have computers, then my setup fee as far as the good darn deal is going to be $400.
Well, the setup fee will be $40.
Even though you have to do
yeah.
all of that on each computer.
Yeah.
Okay, but then it's $6 monthly per computer.
Correct.
Okay. That's still great. I mean, that's still super affordable for businesses.
And to have someone that's remotely. So now let's talk a little bit about that. So you are remotely monitoring.
Yes, the monitoring service, and just so it's just not something we're going to stick on your computer and walk away from. You're like having a second set of eyes, always watching your computer, always watching the behavior of what's going on. We get alerts, we get emails. I have a dashboard that I can remote into every day. I check everything out. Anything that comes up with sort of a red check, I check it out, see why it's coming up. The other neat thing too is it monitors all your software. So a big thing is keeping up to date with your software, whether it's Adobe or Flash or Windows or Google Chrome, Mozilla, whatever browser you use. It lets me also know if those need to be updated. So all I got to do with a click of a button is say approve, and it'll update all your software for you. Make sure it's all secure and updated. So that's part of the monitoring.
That's
also.
awesome.
So yeah, definitely not the install and leave and walk away and you won't see me for a year. We're there every day watching it for you. I also plan on I'll send you like quarterly reports just to give you the feel of what it's doing and how it's protecting you, because sometimes when you see the numbers and you realize all the stuff that it blocked, you realize how much stuff is just floating around the internet.
So from a user standpoint, once you're monitoring the service and I'm on the computer and I try to go to a website that your service has deemed it not safe, do I get notified, you can't go here, this is blocked, this is bad content?
Yeah, there's and actually I customized it a little bit. A window will pop up, the internet will pop up and tell you that this site is considered harmful. And if you deem that it's not harmful, contact us and we can always add it to the whitelist and make sure that it's permitted. Because people do sometimes do research on guns. Well, guns is considered a harmful. It's on the blacklist of what's bad. So if they do research on guns, or especially in Arizona, they want to buy ammo or something, those websites might be blocked. So all you got to do is alert us to it, and then we just add that website into the whitelist, the good side, and the next time you go to it, it'll be accessible.
Now, who's created this blacklist?
That's a good question. I've never researched and actually found out who in the world a long time ago created a list of just the basic common subjects out there that are bad. And
so it's based on subject, not individual sites.
Right. It's based on guns, ammo, of course, pornography.
You're probably dead on right on that one.
Yeah.
And if someone calls you and says, please add this to my whitelist, I feel like you probably should.
Hacking, any hacking sites. So it has a long list that it has by default. And again, I very rarely have to modify that because most people will not hit those sites.
Now what about backing up your data? How important is that, and why do people need to do that?
Well, I would have to say at least, I don't know, on the average 2-3 times a month I hear about people having crashed systems, can't access their hard drive, lost their data, have no backups, and have done nothing to protect themselves. So I think, truthfully, it is very important because we're using our computers for everything.
Right.
Whether everything's digital, our pictures, our videos, you do all your documents and you run your business on your computer. Maybe you have QuickBooks. Maybe you have a database, your client database.
Mm-hmm.
You need to back all that up, because if it's not your business, if you're a one-person shop business and everything's on one computer and you don't have a backup of it, and the next day that computer goes down, well, how are you going to handle your clients? How are you going to handle your business? And then at home, I actually helped out a client. I'll use them as an example. They had over probably good 200-300 gigabytes of pictures. We're talking from the kids, the day the kids were born, 10 years of digital pictures, and their hard drive broke. with no backups.
Oh,
And we got it. We had to go a step further and recover all that. So we got it recovered for him. And it was great because he was able to give it to her on her anniversary and show her that, hey, I have all the kids' pictures back. But then right after that, or before that, we put them on backups. So that way it's not going to happen again.
So with your system, you go in and you said that you should be doing a backup 2 to 3 times a month. So your system just automatically does that.
Well, our backups run every day.
Every day?
Yes, they run at night. I set them up to run every night, so they'll catch anything you change. And we can customize it. Maybe at home you're not changing things as much, but in the business world you're constantly changing documents. You're constantly changing client information. So having that stuff backed up every day, because that way if something happens within a 24-hour period, you can go back 30 days and get whatever copy you want, or you can get the day before and replace that file. So I normally by default set it up for every day, even though sometimes it may back up 0 because nothing changed. It's okay. It's at least checking and making sure that everything is there, secured and safe. And
again, all of this is $40 to set it up per household, $6 per computer.
Correct.
That's pretty good. I would say that's definitely a darn good deal.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to find it. I don't think anyone's crazy enough to do that, so I am.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
It's worth it because, like he said, our entire life revolves around the computer. So, just for peace of mind,
right?
$6 a month is worth,
absolutely.
We pay insurance on everything out there. It's just treated as it's insurance you're paying for your computer.
That's
for
a
your
really
life.
good way. That's a really good way to look at it.
It's insurance.
Yeah. Facebook. I love it. I want your input on this because I'm a little bit freaked out right now. Okay. Did you download the app, Michelle?
I had to.
You had to.
It forced me to download it.
Have you been forced to download?
Yeah, I won't download it.
And you won't?
I started the process, and when I saw everything that it wanted permission to on my phone, I said no thank you, and I stopped.
What's the concern, though? I mean, how bad could it be?
I don't know. I guess I just don't want to give that information. Okay. I already got it. We all got enough information out on the internet about ourselves as it is, but I like to at least feel like I have control of what each app gets. And this is pretty much telling me, oh no, we need control of everything and we don't get a choice. That's what Facebook is pretty much saying.
So when you say control of what? My friend list, my emails?
From what I read, I mean, it pretty much can control your camera, it can control it gets into your contacts, it gets all your contacts, it can control your texts, it can see your texts. I mean, at least from what I've read. And
it can turn your phone on even when it's off.
It pretty much, you're giving them 100% control of your phone.
Yeah, that's a little bit scary. I wonder if one of two things is going to happen with this. Either Facebook is going to have to change, because in one of the articles they said that the reason for this was so that they could switch your network access for faster, for more instantaneous messages, which I call bullshit.
I mean, they're pretty fast anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty damn fast. But I think one of two things is going to happen. Either this is going to be the thing that hurts Facebook and people move away from Facebook, and maybe we start to use some of the other social sites more, like Google+, or they're going to have to change this app. I think it's going to have to be one of those two things. Or actually, no, the third thing is that most people really don't know and they're not informed and they're just going to download it and use it.
I go for the third thing.
Damn it.
I probably go for the third, but I think that when it asked if it could have access to my contents or something when I first did it, I feel like I put no.
I put a lot of no. I just did it the other day just to see, and I mean I have a lot of different apps on my phone, and they all want access to something, and it might be one or two, three things, and I'm okay with that. But when I went to do the Facebook one, it like the list went like down the entire screen, and I thought maybe even I had to roll it up so I could see the bottom one. They wanted access to 100% of your phone, and I didn't see any option to say no, no, no. It's either you accept or you cancel, and if you hit accept, it installs. And truthfully, I guess I look at messaging as like back in the day, a little old school. You know, if someone called your house and left a message on your answering machine, you got it when you got home. Well, if someone leaves me a message on Facebook, I guess I'll just have to wait till I get home and check it on my computer, because I'm definitely not going to allow that much. And you said the changing your network for speed-wise. I think it's more or less changing your network to gear it towards their advertisers.
Oh, interesting.
Make it so that you get their ads, or they know what you're looking for, or what you're doing, so they can gear their ads towards in your network towards that.
So if somebody did give access, would you recommend that they remove that app, or has the damage already been done?
I think it's, of course, it's like anything. It's a personal decision.
Mhm.
If you think you need those messages 24/7 and you got to have them, well, then I guess you're going to keep the app and you're not going to worry about the behind the scenes stuff. So if you're sort of like me, and like I said, I can wait till I get home to get your message. I'm not going to put on the app, and I'm very particular about what apps I put on my phone just to make sure I know what they're accessing.
So it does allow you to delete the app. So I have deleted the app, and now it's back to when I go into my Facebook, it's telling me that we've moved over to Messenger to see your messages, either install or learn more.
Oh, interesting. See, I don't see that.
See, that's why I don't understand why you've seen it. You can go into your messages on your phone
Right.
still, and starting, I think it was Wednesday of this last week, I couldn't.
I can't.
And I read that it was being rolled out to some people, and not everyone had received
As
it
soon
yet.
as they switched it to where I have to have the messenger, I can no longer access my messages on my phone.
Well, I will let you guys know when it tells me that I have to, because I'm not going to accept it.
I mean,
I'll
they
just-
have
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, this is just for mobile, correct?
This is
Yeah.
just for
Yeah,
mobile.
So-
just for mobile.
So I just figured I'm not going to download it, and if someone wants to message me, I'll just wait until I get near a computer.
Right.
It's not it's Facebook. It's not that important. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I can read part of the message because when it actually comes to your phone, you see it on there. So when Christina was messaging me this morning, just come into the building, I could see just walk into the building. I didn't need to go to the whole message, but at least saw part of it, so at least know. Now if someone writes on their emergency right at the beginning,
Right.
then at least I'll quickly respond.
Another reason
And
to
get
use
there,
Twitter.
but-
There we
yeah.
go. That's why I like Twitter. I'm liking Twitter more and more. So
If you need to get a hold of me, business or personally, there's so many other ways. I got voicemail. I have texting. So I have email. You don't need to message me on Facebook. So
And if you do want to take care of the darn good deal, and if you want to talk to me about some of your other concerns regarding your computers or your networks, definitely reach out to him via his website, which is elitenetworkservice.com. If you're watching on the Google Hangout, it's at the bottom in the lower thirds, and the phone number 480-720-8270. Don't call him right now because we're.
and I posted it on the Facebook as well. So it's on the show page and the Vets on Media page as well. The link to your website. So.
And you're on Facebook at Elite NS. So definitely go check out the page.
Yeah.
and
However,
connect.
if you are trying to get a hold of him via Facebook because it is your favorite book, I suggest you just put in the message box "emergency" in all capital locks, because then
there
he
you
knows
go.
that I better get to a computer.
Then I better get to a computer, or if I know your number, I'll call you.
See, what'll end up happening to me is when I get that, just read your messages, you must. I think you're right. I think I am going to have a challenge.
You absolutely are going to download that app.
Because what if that message comes through, oh my gosh, the most amazing thing, and then you can't see the rest of it. I'll be like, I have to know right now.
But you could just go to a computer.
Yeah,
Well, if it was that amazing, why didn't they call you?
that's true.
Because
Right?
she's not that important.
Oh,
I'm
Oh.
just saying.
oh, thanks.
Obviously to that person. I'm
Right.
not saying to me. I'm saying to that person. It's not, they didn't need to call you, but they wanted to make you aware.
I mean, think of it this way. If you're going to write a message to someone and you have to sit on your phone typing it, how hard is it to type? How many numbers is it for your phone?
True.
8 numbers instead of like
But we don't
30
talk.
words.
We don't talk
We
to
don't.
each other.
We don't talk
We
to each other.
text.
I'm sorry, I'm old school.
Well, there you go.
So
Really?
I don't mind talking to people.
Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
And thank you for the darn good deal.
Thank you.
Up next, we're going to have JD in studio talking about football.
We think.
We think. Hopefully he's en route and arriving. So we're going to go to a quick break, and then when we're back, we'll be talking about football, either by ourselves or with JD.
That's right.
All right. This is No Limits Radio Show,
I'm Michelle.
and our guest, Scott
Webster.